Alright, hey, it's Parker back. I'm going to do the top 5 most underrated draft players that I think will turn out to be really good. At number 5, I have Zach Bond out of Wisconsin. He had 12.5 sacks on his junior year, and he had 53 solo tackles and 1 interception. I think he's a really great player, and I know he will grow in the NFL. He went in the 3rd round, but I projected him to go in the 1st round. I thought he was a really good player. And at number 4, I have Antoine Winfield Jr. out of Minnesota. He had 58 solo tackles and 7 interceptions, which is a great year for him. And I expect him to have be like a top CB in this draft. And at number 3, I have J.K. Dobbins, which I think he got slept on because his last year he rushed for 2,003 yards. His average per carry was 6.7, and he also had 247 receiving yards and 23 touchdowns. At number 2, I have Patrick Queen. He out of LSU, he had 37 solo tackles and 1 interception, which doesn't sound that great, but watch him on the field. He is a great player, and I expect him to grow into like a top linebacker in the league in the next 5 years. And at number 1, I have Jake Fromm, which I believe he is better than Justin Herbert, and his stats are 60.8% passing percentage. He had 2,860 yards and 24 total touchdowns. I believe Jake Fromm will be a top 3 quarterback in the next few years. The only reason I think he was slept on because he does not have that great of an arm. If he had an average arm, strong arm, he would have went where Justin Herbert went. I think he is better than Justin Herbert. And it's been your boy Parker. Peace.